This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. I'm Rebecca Smith.
I'm Bill Bryant, and Kentucky Morning Start with WKYT. We're glad you're here. It is Thursday, February 11th.
Now at 6 a.m., how long will a massive hole sit in the middle of downtown Lexington is the question. The latest on the Centerpoint project, and now the newest developer is backed out.
And we're digging deep for answers about that. Also, more illnesses are being linked to a salmonella outbreak in Estill County.
Warming up with the thoughts of spring. We're live at the opening day of the 2016 Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show.
And we're looking at it and about holding on to a couple of flakes. It's not a big issue, though, and I believe the accumulating snow chance has decreased for today. Still cloudy and cold, 24 degrees, a couple of flakes, but we pick back up on more light snow tomorrow. I'll talk timing on that coming up.
All right, thank you. And this story just coming in.
We begin with a WKYT News breaking news alert. Crews are on the scene of a house fire in Clay County.
Dispatchers are telling us that one person says his father is still inside the burning home. The scene is on East Highway 577, north of Manchester, near the Jackson County line. We understand that crews are still working to try to get the fire under control. Dispatchers say firefighters have not confirmed if anyone has been found inside the home. We're making calls. We'll continue to update this story throughout the morning on our news and online at WKYT.com.
It's been in the work for nearly 8 years, but this morning many people are wondering if Centerpoint will ever be built.
Good question. The downtown Lexington project suffered another major setback when the new investors announced that they are pulling out. WKYT News broke the story last night, and since that we've been asking, where do things go from here? WKYT's Mark Barber is live in downtown Lexington with some answers that we've uncovered. Good morning.
Good morning, Bill. We're learning from Vice Mayor Steve Kay that the owner of the property here will still be required to uphold their end of their bargain with the city to fill in this massive hole behind me here if there is no movement on this construction site within 60 days. So will the hole be filled in, or could the Centerpoint construction site, the development, still take shape? Well, the answer to that question is still unclear at this time. Mayor Jim Gray says the city will continue working to find the right answer for the development that has hit yet another major obstacle. The Centerpoint project hinged on getting a big financial backer, like the city, to invest in the project. Now that Gray says it's just too expensive to build the new city hall at Centerpoint, the development's new investors have pulled out. Developers say they were moving forward with the understanding that City Hall would be part of the massive mixed-use project. However, yesterday, Gray said that during negotiations, the developers weren't giving any concessions to the city that they needed to move forward. The withdrawal of support from the city and new financial backers has posed another major setback to the project that's been in the work for 8 years, leaving many this morning wondering what happens to the city block next. And while that is not clear yet, whether we see any activity here over the next 60 days or so could give us that answer. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. And this latest news is causing more frustration for business owners around the Centerpoint block. They say the giant downtown pit is driving customers away. The owner of McCarthy's Irish Bar on South Upper Street says he's seen about a 25% decrease in business since that block was leveled.
We're lucky we've survived. A lot of places, not even in Centerpoint, around have closed. We've seen them come and go.
A lot has happened in the 8 years since this project began, and that's why we have put together an interactive timeline of events. You remember it all started out as a proposed skyscraper. You can check out WKYT.com for updates on that.
New this morning, a driver had to be cut out of a car after crashing into a tree. This happened just after 3 o'clock this morning on Innovation Drive off Georgetown Road. Police say the driver hit a utility pole and a tree before crashing into another tree. It took the fire department about 15 minutes to cut him out of the car. Police are not sure how seriously he was hurt. This morning, Innovation Drive remains closed, and one inbound lane of Georgetown Road is closed while crews work to repair the utility pole. Well, the Estill County Health Department says more illnesses have been linked to a salmonella outbreak. The health department says that there are now 32 confirmed salmonella cases. Investigators are still trying to figure out the source of the outbreak. The Eagles Roost sports bar and restaurant in Irvin is closed as a precaution. The health department says the restaurant was inspected Tuesday. No major infractions were found.
We're coming up on 6:05 now on WKYT this morning. A stolen Jeep from Lexington was recovered in Whitley County. State police pulled over Glennis Nance chance for not wearing a seatbelt. They say that the Jeep he was driving had been reported stolen in Lexington last month. Police say they also found crystal meth and Suboxone strips in the car.
Neighbors say a Bell County couple lucky to be alive after an explosion at their home. Firefighters think a kerosene heater may have sparked the explosion at the home in Middlesboro. It also caused a fire that burned the house to the ground. Neighbors say the couple's dog is missing.
A Knox County father is being called a hero this morning after helping his wife and children escape from their burning home. We had the breaking details of the fire north of Barberville yesterday morning. Jessica Warfield says her husband Brian and the couple's 8 and 12-year-old children were asleep when the fire started. She says she rushed throughout the house to get everyone out.
He punched out the window and we got our little girl out and our little boy who woke us up.
The father and one of the children had to be treated for smoke inhalation, but they're expected to be okay. Firefighters think the fire started near a stove. By the way, the family lost another home to a fire last year.
Waking up to extremely cold temperatures may have you thinking about spring. I know it is for me. You can kick that cabin fever this weekend in downtown Lexington. The Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show starts today. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain is live this morning to explain what we can expect this year.
Yes, it has been so nice to be inside this morning, rather outside here at the Kentucky Sport Boat and Recreation Show. It begins today at 2 o'clock and runs all the way through Sunday. And obviously you'll see boats, as you can see from the title, but also you'll see plenty of RVs and motorhomes. These things are so cool. I stepped inside and couldn't believe what the amenities that were involved. They're beds, televisions. They're pretty cool stuff. Nicer than my home, actually. And the show begins today at 2, and you'll find, like I said, RVs and anything you'll need for warm weather adventures. It's really a great time to buy and look at boats, as it's the only time of year you can see so many boats in one space. That's 100,000 square feet of space. You'll be able to meet pro anglers, including G-Man Gerald Swindle. And for the brave people out there, you can even go zip lining here inside Rupp Arena. I think Bill Bryant needs to do that, don't you, Rebecca? Plenty for the kids to do also, including Rosie's Ponies. They can ride the ponies and visit the petting zoo. There's even a trout pond. It's a great way to introduce kids to fishing. So here's all the information you need on the show for this weekend. It runs from today until the 14th. The doors open today at 2 o'clock. And on Saturday, it's from 9 to 9, Sunday 10 to 5. It's $10 a ticket, and kids under 2 are free. So if you're becoming tired of the warm weather, just come here to the Kentucky Sport and Boat and Recreation Show. It starts today at 2 o'clock. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Looks pretty cool, and I agree with Michelle. You should go for a zip line, Bill.
Maybe more like Rosie's Ponies. If they can find one big enough that I could ride that.
Rosie's Ponies?
Yeah,
What's that?
that's another thing. They'll have the ponies around there for the kids to enjoy.
Well, they have the petting zoo, and
I
like that one.
Okay.
You know?
I
guess I'm a kid.
But the zip line is there, and it's always a possibility. Our time this morning is 6:08 on WKYT.
Well, spring will eventually get here, but we are, of course, in the middle of winter.
Remind ourselves of that, right? And we still have dozens of school closings on WKYT.com this morning. It's been a tough week. And meteorologist Micah Harris is tracking more cold air in our First Alert Weather Center. Micah?
Yeah, that cold air is really going to be the thing that we talk about today. We get into tomorrow, here comes more light accumulating snow chances. Now, you could get a few flakes today, but don't expect anything to stick there and actually cause any issues. We're at 18 degrees now in the capital city, 17 there in Mountain Parkway. And that goes for Lexington, London, Corbin area. All roadways look pretty good out and about this morning. We didn't really have much snow overnight. We had a few flakes down toward the southeast and back toward the west. But for the most part, we're pretty dry outside. And I expect that to be the trend going throughout the rest of the day. You will have mostly cloudy skies, some peaks of sunshine here and there. But I would say if we do have the best chance at seeing a few flakes, it would be during the morning hours. We're 24 by the afternoon. We go throughout the night and into tomorrow morning. Look at tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. There you go, 17 degrees, and that snow chance moving on in. This snow for tomorrow will be accumulating snow. It will be light, though, just like the past few days. Here's what you're looking at. Here's 7 a.m., right? We're looking at some possibility of some issues there on the roads there for early morning commute. That is a possibility that we're going to be looking at very closely. Then going out through the day, you're still holding on to those snow chances. Look at 7 p.m. Yeah, it really funnels in with that northwest flow. And once we finally see that wither away, we go off into your weekend. And your weekend looks much better. It's only a small chance at actually seeing a couple of snowflakes but that cold air is what rushes on in. We'll be at 17 degrees at 4 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah, here we go with that cold air, right? Your weekend planner, let's talk about it. And you can see the teens stay there for Saturday. Few flakes here and there. Now Sunday into the nighttime hours. That's when you start to see some snow move on in. That is the start of that system that we're going to be watching very closely, because that one, there's so many questions with this, Bill. I even got asked this yesterday at the grocery store about the one on Monday. They don't even care about the one tomorrow. It's the one on Monday, because the one on Monday is coming in from the south and southwest, and that usually brings big snow. But all different precipitation types are involved with this system, meaning if you get more rain, that's going to cut down on the snow totals big time. So we'll really have a grasp on this and have confidence in this system in the forecast more likely on Saturday. Going off into Sunday night and Monday.
A little better data as we get closer
Absolutely.
to it. All right.
That's
A
right.
lot of folks are very intrigued and interested as to what is coming. 6:11 on WKYT this morning. Every morning right here we bring you weather and traffic together. Here's Officer Don with a look at what's happening on the roads. Hey, Don.
Hey, good morning. Live look at Lexington rush hour traffic to kick things off. We start off with one problem at Georgetown near Citations, near Innovation. There's a situation happened overnight where a car took out a utility pole, so they're still working that, and they have basically a lane of Innovation and Georgetown shut down there just to work around. Looks like Innovation's completely closed while they try to get this utility pole fixed. So that's something to deal with on Georgetown. Now, drive times, not a major impact this morning. Looking good so far. If you plan to head in from Richmond across the Clays Ferry Bridge, normal traffic flow. Also 75 coming in from Scott County looks good, and so does 64. Of course, we'll keep you up to date throughout the morning. Now back to you in the studio.
Okay, thank you so much. And Officer Don and Deanna are out there on 98.1 The Bull, so you can tune them in your car on the way in. A lot more news coming up on WKYT this morning on your Thursday.
Hear from passengers who were on board a cruise ship that ran into a massive storm. They've returned safely to port. Welcome back in. 6:15 is the time on your day before Friday. This morning, it's a
Thursday.
great day.
That's right. It is a good day.
Lawmakers calling for an investigation into Royal Caribbean after one of its ships sailed right into the path of a very dangerous storm over the weekend.
The luxury cruise liner has returned now to its home port in New Jersey. Don Champion is there, and he talked to some passengers about their terrifying trip.
After a nightmare at sea, passengers of the Anthem of the Seas cruise ship are back on solid ground, sharing tales of a dream Caribbean vacation gone wrong.
The wind was coming through the doors. We thought it was going to break the glass.
The 200,000-ton liner set sail for the Bahamas last weekend, but got caught in a major winter storm in the Atlantic. Dennis Marr was on the cruise with his family. They spent hours on lockdown in their rooms while the ship's captain navigated out of the storm.
My sisters and my brother were pretty distraught. My mom was okay. I mean, they opened up the minibar, so that was good for her.
Royal Caribbean officials say they're reviewing the company's storm avoidance policies to ensure an incident like this never happens again.
We can't ask guests that are coming to us for a dream vacation to experience those kinds of conditions.
The Coast Guard will inspect the ship before it heads out on its next voyage this weekend. Don Champion, CBS News, Bayonne, New Jersey.
And Royal Caribbean says all passengers will get a full refund and a certificate toward 50% off of a future cruise. Well, the reigning occupiers of a national wildlife refuge in Oregon are promising to surrender this morning. Last night, the FBI attempted to negotiate an end to the standoff that started weeks ago. Meanwhile, the father of the leader of the occupiers has been arrested. Police say Cliven Bundy was booked into a jail there in Oregon. His son, Eamon Bundy, has been in jail. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders face off in their 6th Democratic debate tonight in Milwaukee. The showdown comes just 2 days after the Vermont senator trounced the former Secretary of State in the New Hampshire primary. A smaller GOP field, including New Hampshire's winner Donald Trump, will take part in a debate this weekend. That's ahead of the next critical primary in South Carolina.
Time right now, 6:18. It'll be a rough start for U.S. markets today as Fed Chair Janet Yellen heads back to Capitol Hill to wrap up 2 days of testimony. Yesterday, Yellen said the U.S. economy is strong, but took on a cautious tone because of weakness in the global economy. That weakness could slow the Fed's plan to raise interest rates this year as planned. Airlines have been squeezing more and more passengers into coach. Now a Tennessee congressman wants the FAA to put an official limit on how far airlines can shrink seats, citing health and safety issues. He says the average distance between rows has gone from 35 inches to 31 in the past few decades. For the first time ever, Burger King adding hot dogs to its menu. Burger King tested the idea in a handful of cities last year. The move comes as Burger King works to push up sales amid intensifying competition with McDonald's and Wendy's. Burger King's grilled dogs will come in 2 varieties, the classic and chili cheese dog. It will be on the menu starting February 23rd.
All right, maybe another lunch option for you there. WKYT this morning. Hey, we're just getting started here on your Thursday. We're delighted you're with us. It is 6:19. Well, a hoverboard catches fire. You see it there, but this time it was on purpose. Well, the company is hoping that firefighters can learn from this video ahead.
And looking outside on Defender Radar Network, not much going on. We're taking a big break from this accumulating snow today. We pick it back up tomorrow. What about your weekend, though? I have all of that in your forecast coming up next.
Welcome back in. 6:22 on WKYT this morning. We're in the mid-teens right now, so it's a cold start to your Thursday.
Yeah, prepare for that. Well, we are tracking breaking news involving a house fire in Clay County.
Some new details coming in. That's what is trending at this hour. The scene is north of Manchester near the Jackson County line. Dispatchers say someone said that their father is still inside the home. Firefighters have not been able to confirm that at this point.
The newest investors in Center Point pulling out. Mayor Jim Gray says the developer's deal to include City Hall in the project is too costly for taxpayers.
And now a quick check of the forecast. Meteorologist Micah Harris on this chilly, cold morning once again.
Yeah, it's cold this morning, and that's kind of our focus for today because, yeah, we'll get a couple of flakes here and there, but no accumulating snow is expected in your forecast the next about 24 hours. We'll say 22 hours because once we get into this time tomorrow morning, yeah, it may have a few snowflakes flying around as the system comes barreling down on us. We're at 17 now in Lexington, 19 in Richmond, Danville, and then you go off toward the eastern zone, still in the teens. Northern zones off into Fleming County. Flemingsburg, go just south of that across Highway 11 to the Sharpsburg community. We're still holding on to temperatures there in the teens. So we get into the afternoon, and the 20s down south, you guys pretty much will stay in the 20s, virtually all of us in the 20s. With some slick spots this morning, not from any snow that came through overnight and in this morning. It's really from just being there for the past few days. So anything that was left over is still frozen. If you're going out to lunch, no real worries. We're right around 20 degrees. Obviously, you'll have to have a jacket. And then the kids coming home from school, if they are going to school today, they'll be just fine coming home. Dry weather. Temperatures right around 24 degrees. Guys, we're going to talk about how the snow tomorrow will affect those schools coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, thank you so much. 6:24 now.
Well, a private company that certifies electronics set a hoverboard on fire to educate firefighters.
Yeah, the company posted a video showing the procession of the fire after the lithium-ion battery was heated externally. It wants to show firefighters what is happening prior to their arrival. About 7 minutes into the test, the hoverboard's battery pops and starts to smoke, and then 15 seconds later, the hoverboard suddenly bursts into flames. There you see it. So it gives them some idea of what they're dealing with.
Such a problem.
All right. The word is forget flowers or chocolate on Valentine's Day. There's an option being offered out there. An old-fashioned Valentine's Day shooting spree.
Okay. At Boyer Shooting Range in Houston, Texas, armed couples ripping range bullets through teddy bears. It's a promotion that the range holds every year. You can even bring your own bear to blast.
It's very American.
I heard it was a fundraiser, that if you buy a teddy bear, it raises funds for police dogs. And so, like it or not, I'm going to shoot at a teddy bear.
Oh, sad. There's a reward of free swag to be had, but really it's all about making Valentine memories one bullet at a time, if that is your forte.
All right.
Feel bad for those bears, though.
Yeah, okay, there's the option. Still send some candy. All right, 6:25 on WKYT this morning.
I want him to keep dancing. I don't want him to stop.
A little girl talks exclusively to WKYT about the moment she was dropped by a dancing UK fan in Rupp Arena.